That's a representation of how I reacted. It was a short video. It's all how people think, or how people with loud cars think we respond, referring to the general public. And yeah, it was oh, have my baby, you know. Our newest CEO, the big dick legend, Mayor of Coxville, enforcement officer, blah blah blah. The louder the car, the lower the credit score. Show me your GED. Whoa, 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 whoa. Here's the thing about GEDs. I don't have a high school diploma, dog. Otherwise, I would have joined the Marines. They respectfully said, try the Army. I was like, fuck the big green machine. But, got that word from Teddy Puppy Petit. I wonder if he had to deal with that gay southerner. I stumbled across that, some sort of Delta Force shit. And I'm not like this Army buff or anything, but occasionally you stumble across this stuff and you binge on it a little bit, you know. But I also put it in the amen, drop the mic, you know, because it's like, whoa, Jack. That guy was funny. I could, you know, him describing him at the little what have you. Does anybody else see this guy fucking rubbing his dick all over people? Shows up in sweatpants with no drawers. I wonder if Danny Papipati, you know, knows of the guy. I think it was roughly the time when he was in. Although I think he was already in and doing his thing, you know, and this guy was going through, oh shit, just becoming, you know, a ranger, and he was already a ranger. But I think they were roughly, I think Teddy Papipati may have been a little bit sooner. But, you know, he may very well know the guy. Arm wrestle, man. You're pretty strong. That's 2 out of 3. Were you a wrestler? Wrestle me. I bet you wouldn't have hit me. Made me think of Ben and Brian, those two fucking queers. Yeah. Shit. Oh. And back in the day, you know, he's just like, hey, whatever, you know, just fine. Fuck you, you fucking queer. I've got ranger shit to do. Anybody else encounter that fucking douchebag? God damn, man. Different times. It's fucking moving furniture. Wrestle. Okay. But, you know, you go through high school, you can just skate by, you know, getting, you know, mostly C's, a few D's, and a few B's, and an F here and there, and maybe like 1A in gym class. And at the end, they just hand you a diploma. All right. Do you know or remember anything you learned? GED, for those not in the know, because I was going to get into the oil rig industry too, yet another thing that I walked away from. They said, well, you need a GED. The GED book is the size of a fucking phone book. What's a phone book? It's a book the same size as my feature bestie's Cool Breeze book that he wrote called Zibby Zabby Zabby Doo. Because he's just some kind of wonderful. So, like I said, he's He's got creds, but nobody would know. That guy's an author? No, that guy fucking plays video games and sits around and plots his revenge on the world. Actually, he doesn't even plot his revenge on the world. He just wants to get into computers so he can watch Mrs. Jones get undressed and listen to her sleep and listen to her make love to her husband. Because that's what fucking Ben and Brian do. Goddamn depraved degenerates. I mean, technically they're deprived, but they don't feel that way. hey, I'm in the same boat. These fucking Ben and Brian queers, they keep throwing that pillow humper shit up at me. It's like, what are you doing? I know you two wish you were girls, or whatever, but I mean, even if you were, I mean, what are you doing? That's cute. That some desperate, pitiful fool, stalking me out there is like, sex? Shit. Because I follow that shit. But, it's so pathetic. It's all they got, though. They're doing what they do. Yeah, the whole damn thing is pathetic. Shit. Then why are you making a YouTube video in the middle of the night? I'm not. But anyway, you have to know all that shit. Boom, right there on the spot. You don't just skate by and give me my diploma. It's like, you have to regurgitate that shit, all of it, right there. Yep, apparently you know this. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of like bass backwards, Oh, you got a GED, you fucking loser. Translation, what a GED really means? I know that shit. All 4 years of it. They didn't just hand it to me. Have you seen my fucking report cards? Do you know what my GPA was? I got a diploma, bro. This dropout over here had to show up late to the game and prove that he knows everything that they taught in high school. Shit. And for homeschoolers and stuff, my sister was homeschooled. Shit, I don't know. I heard they have like programs and stuff where you can get like an actual diploma. I don't think she got one though. But yeah, homeschooling is actually where it's at, especially these days, and things. And people, are becoming hip to this, but man, it depends, man. It depends on if you're an older, like boomer, or less boomer light or whatever, in your 60s or 70s or even 40s, who owns a business who are like, yeah, these educated people suck, and they actually like revert back to like interviewing the person. What are your experiences? What do you, My dad does that. He's a boss man, and he has employees. He'll like ask them questions, like weird questions. Like, one of the questions he asks is like, the hood's broken, and they need a blah blah blah. And it's kind of a trick question, because the correct answer would be, well, first I'd sell him the hood latch. My dad's a smart guy. He's a boomer, but he's one of the good ones. So, I'm not going to get into that, how amazing. It's just whatever. Like, I didn't even know, He really is. He's a top-notch dude, and he's humble. And whatever. He's just, Yep, I'm very blessed to have the family that I do. And did. Because my grandparents and stuff passed away. But due to old man time, who, eventually gets everybody, there's no escaping him. He just silently sits back and doesn't have anything to say, doesn't have to do nothing. He ultimately overtakes everything. He will overtake the Earth, the Sun, the solar system, the galaxy, and the universe. Eventually, old man time will overtake everything. Nothing here will be here. That moon out the window, it won't be here. There will come a time, billions of years from now, where the sun that illuminates that moon will have burnt out. So, yeah. Everything has a lifespan. You age because your body's making copies of itself. And everything needs rest, recuperation, even like plants and stuff. Where it shuts down and repairs itself. And like sleep, you need proper sleep. Where you enter your deep sleep and your REM, rapid eye movement sleep and all that. But anyway, I digress. Loud vehicles. I've talked about this before, and maybe it's because I'm getting so old. And I've talked about this like with motorcycles and stuff, but cars do it too. And just the other day, people and I get it, okay, fine. I'm guilty of it myself. I was like with my the monster truck, but I don't do it every time, okay? Or I'll pick it, you know what I mean? But I get it. Hey, do your thing. Do your thing. But you are an asshole, and that's fine. That's fine, You're out on the road, but, like I said, the moody sickles, and the apartment complex, it's like, I would refrain from doing that. If I was getting on the interstate with my, the monster truck, or the El Camino eventually, and there's cars around and they live right next to the interstate, I'm not going to pull out on the on-ramp and, take it up to 6,000 RPM, and row through, first, second, and third gear. And then, drop it down into fourth, you know what I mean? I'm not going to do that. Because I'm a considerate motherfucker. Now, this sort of wisdom only comes with time. Generally speaking, I'm Kosinaboo, my future wife, She's like, oh, I don't know. I think I want to, plop my butt down in the seat and I want you to hot rod around. Well, I can do that as a show for you, but I'm not doing it for me. Because you're this plickety-plack little thing. She wants to hear the engine rev. She wants to be thrown back in the seat, Okay, I get it. Oh, these young, pretty little things. They're so easily amused. The car rocks back and forth. It's shaking even just at idle. So, hey, some chicks, that's a turn on for them. Well, it is for me. It's just not. Vroom, 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 vroom. It's just like, yeah, I like this. When I get out in an area where it's appropriate and not offensive, I might let this engine breathe a little bit. But I'm not this fucking faggot just everywhere he goes, man. So, there's an envelope and you're outside it. You're driving like a prick. Huh? People live around here. People are trying to eat dinner. Okay? They're planning their future. They're gazing into each other's eyes like, I love you. You know, they've got the giddies in the fields and stuff's happening with the brain and chemicals being released into the bloodstream. A nice evening. You know, the fancy restaurant. There's music lightly playing in the background. They've maybe even got a fish tank. A fish tank! You know. And then all of a sudden they hear this off in the background. You know. Anyway. I mean, I totally get the, nice truck, sorry about your penis, or nice moody sickle, sorry about, your fucking brain cells, I totally get it. I get it. But, like I said, that shit comes with wisdom. It's just one of those things, it's like, all right, I get it. You're still a fucking asshole. Hopefully, eventually, there's no guarantee they grow out of it. And it's a stereotype. And I've said this, I've defended them. You know what I mean? I'm kind of being a hypocrite here, We don't be hating, it sounds like it's the other way around, you know what I mean? Nice jacked up pick-em-up truck. Sorry about your penis, But then at the same time, then they get out there on the interstate and it's like, yeah, it does make sense. So, it's just like everything else in life. It's how you fucking behave. It's how you fucking behave. Pardon the F-bomb. Alright? You don't have to like everybody. But how you dislike them says a lot about you. Alright? If they're a loud, annoying, inconsiderate person, you do not have to like that person. Hell, it can be something as simple as they chew their goddamn gum loud. Nobody ever told them that that's inconsiderate. People on the road, full of inconsiderate people. Full of them. So, you get to where you're going, you find out who it is, I don't like you. Because you were doing 60 miles an hour in the middle lane in a 75 mile an hour zone, that's why. So. Anyway, pardon my giddiness. I too also have chemicals being dumped into my bloodstream. That's always whatever. I'm just a happy ass motherfucker. Who the hell am I kidding? Shit. Love this, love that shit. Whatever. I'm so used to saying that. Pardon my giddiness, I'm in love. Fuck that. I'm just a giddy boy. Shit.